Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Daniel the Big O. I'm going to tell you about a deadly combination rod, reel, and rattle trap to use in the wintertime. Make sure you're following along. All right, so first I'm going to talk about the rod and reel setup. The rod and reel setup that I use when I use the rattle trap bait is I use a medium heavy rod. Medium heavy rod, it has a good backbone and a very soft tip so you can feel that rattle trap working, but it's just enough backbone that you can wrench them out where you need to be wrenching them out. Another key is the reel. Right here I have a Abu Garcia Black Max. It's what I grew up on and learned how to start fishing with, and I'm telling you that's really good. Yeah, it can probably be upgraded, but make sure you're using a 6-3-to-1 or maybe a 7-1-to-1 reel combo so you can yo-yo it or get it really going fast in the grass. The last two things I'm going to talk about is the line and the bait. The line that I use is in between 10 and 15 pound line, and I'm using fluorocarbon. I like that it has very little stretch and it's invisible in the water. Last but not least is the bait. The rattle trap bait is a very, very good bait. I use the actual Rattle Trap brand. I also use a couple secret brands, but the Rattle Trap brand, I use that majority of the time. You can see it's been A'd up all over, in between, everywhere. And it's easy. It's an easy bait, very affordable for everybody to go out there and tie you on a rattle trap. Now we're gonna talk about the retrieve. There's many retrieves that you can use on the rattle trap bait. The number one is throw it out, reel it in. Now you say, well, throw it out, reel it in. It couldn't be that simple. Actually, it is quite a bit. You just throw it out and just start winding. Now you can let it go to the bottom. The fish will tell you where they're at. The bottom, middle, or top water column. So you just wind. You'll feel that bait go back and forth, have a really, really tight wobble. That's one very, very easy way to use the rattle trap bait on a retrieve. Another one is you throw it out, let it go to the bottom, and work it just like a jig. And you ask, how do you work it just like a jig? Well, I'm talking about the hop in it, hop in a jig. So I'm letting this rattle trap go to the bottom, and what I'm gonna do is little hops. Hop, pull the rod tip up, let it go flutter back down. Pull the rod tip up, let it flutter back down. Pull it up, and I'm winding, so I'm always having a tight line. Pull it up, let it go back down. And it's really that simple. Usually your bites will come when it's falling back down. And I'm telling you, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, the last technique that I use when I work my rattle trap bait is when I am next to timber, say in a laydown, if you take off this back hook right here, if you take off that back hook, you won't get hung up as much when you're throwing it up against the laydown. All right, the reason why is that rattle trap, let's say my hand is the laydown, that rattle trap comes along and it deflects and it'll come up and roll sideways, and usually that back hook will always get hooked on the log. But when it's going and gets deflected, it goes sideways and comes up. So taking that back hook off will increase your, I can't even say it right. Taking that back hook off will decrease your snags on the wood. So make sure you're checking out that tip. Make sure you're throwing a Bill Lewis rattle trap bait and going out there this winter time having fun. Make sure you are following me, Daniel the Big O, and checking out all the videos. It's a good time. Y'all have a good one. Daniel the Big O, out.